Hey guys, it's Caleb with White Metal Games here. I got a couple quick little video updates for you today. It's been kind of a Demon Prince kind of week. Every once in a while I come up with some bits that I want to hobble together into a Demon Prince, or a couple. Usually it's the case. I'll do like 3 or 4 at a time. And such is the case this week, so I thought I'd show you some of what we've been working on here in the studio and get you excited about it too. So here we go. So this is probably the one I'm most pleased with, the way it came out. So we got inspired to do this piece by watching the guys over at Blue Table. One of their conversion artists was doing a Demon Prince on bike, and I thought they did a pretty good job with it, but I wanted to give it my own take and my own slant, and so this is what we came up with. The base model is from a cauldron of corn, or cannon of corn, blood throne of corn, all of that. Well, not the cannon. Anyway, so the basic model, the way Blue Table did theirs was they made it look like a Harley, which I think, while appropriate, didn't really fit the contour of that particular kit. So I liked this idea of sort of doing it more like a Yamaha, a little bit more sleek and low riding. I had this leftover Bloodthirster torso from a previous conversion I did, and then I just modified it with lots of bits from different things, including dark elves for that tail back there from the War Hydra. The arms are Demon Prince arms, Hive Tyrant legs. The whip is from a Balrog that I had left over from another conversion when I did an Angron conversion. So you can see it's pretty cool, pretty sleek. One nice contour of this piece, because we're planning for you to be able to count it as a bunch of different stuff. We want you to be able to count it as either a Demon Prince, or you could count it as a what do you call it? A cannon of corn. You could count it as a cannon of corn by just adding this piece here. This is his cannon mod. So we've magnetized it, so you just stick it on there. There you go. So there's a slight gap because there's 3 different magneted arms. You just have to sort of play with it a little bit. There we go. That looks better. So you can see it looks pretty good. There's a small gap there, but it's not huge. And that's because we had to magnetize it for 3 different limbs, and so this was kind of a challenge. The reality is, once you blacken that, it's just going to look like shadow for the most part. So there's the cannon. It's kind of an underslung gun. It makes it look like he's sort of whipping this around. And then we've got a third option, which is just a fiery sword. Sorry, doing this one-handed is not simple. So yeah, there you go. And we figured with the sword, you can either just count that as a demon weapon, or you could count that as, if you play him as a Forge or Mauler Fiend, then you could either use the Lash Whip or the sword for the 2 different options for the Mauler Fiend. He has some sort of like laser cutters or something like that, and I thought the sword would work well for that, and then for the Lash or Tendrils, I thought the whip would work well for that. So he's going to come mounted on a 120mm base, but I think we're also going to do it where we put this in there as an insert, and then we're going to model some stuff around it, so that way you can play him either as 40k or as fantasy, and you'll just be able to pull off either base you want. Clearly he's a big model, so he fits a little bit better on the 120, but we like having that option for players. So yeah, came out pretty cool. I'm very pleased with how this one came out. So yeah, why don't I show you the other 2 Demon Princes? So hold on 1 second, and we'll get them out. Alright guys, welcome back. Our Demon Prince 2 and 3 that I wanted to show you today. So these Demon Princes are obviously very Nurgle themed and obviously heavily converted, so let's take them one at a time. This Fly Lord, we converted up from a variety of kits, mostly using a Demon Prince bits. The back is from a Crypt Fiend, I think is what they're called, from the Vampire Counts range. Wings are from a Plague Drone, and then you've got some Tyranid bits on the front, Skaven bit for the mace, and then some head plates I'm using for shoulder pads from the Defiler kit, Upgrade Sprue, and then you got some Tyranid bits here on the bottom as well. Spawn is from the head is from a Spawn, so yeah, looks pretty good. Looks like a giant fly. I've done one of these before, and I've been itching to do another one ever since, and I think this one's a better version, sort of a version 2. This next one, the camera did not want to focus. This next one is kind of a pig-themed one, and I had done a Gamorrean Prince many years ago, and I always wanted to do another pig one, and I was working on some orcs recently and realized that the head for the Warthog guys, the Boar Riders, would be perfect for a Demon Prince. It's the perfect size. So I found a bunch of bits for that. The extended body, this big sort of bloated abdomen down here, is from the A couple things. It's from the Plague Drone kit, and then this part is actually from the insert of a, it's a little hard to see, so it's a little hard to get close, but from a Hellbrute. So I like that kind of open mouth on his stomach look. I had converted up a bunch of Hellbrutes, clearly, because the legs are also Hellbrute legs, and then I gave him kind of this stinger. So he's kind of a mix of insect and pig and just all sorts of grossness. This big mace here is a combination of bits, but mostly Minotaur bits with a little gothic jewelry mixed in. And then for his back piece, it's also from the Crypt Fiend kit. So yeah, works pretty well. You can see that he's much bigger than the second Demon Prince. So you could almost use him as like a Primarch, like a Mortarion Demon Prince type or something like that. So yeah, they came out pretty good, and we'll have some more updates here shortly. This is just some of the sort of stuff we do at White Metal Games. When we don't have a client commission on the queue, we like to do some house projects just to show examples of what we can do. We're probably going to paint these guys up and put them up on our eBay page to sell. I told you guys a little while ago that I was hoping to sort of get to the point that we had a lot of painted stuff and examples of that. And I realized the other day we're starting to get to that point, because if you look at our case now, from where our case was a few months ago, you can actually see tons of different painted models in here. Some of these were done by our house painter, some of these were done by me, some of these I outsourced to other projects. So yeah, we're starting to build up an inventory, you can see. Some of this stuff is for sale on eBay. Some of this stuff is pending for future projects. So yeah, things are coming along really well. So I'm really pleased, but we're certainly always looking for new clients. So if you're out there and you like our work, please contact me at caleb@whitemetalgames.com, and we'd be happy to speak with you about any sort of commissions. On the books right now, we've got some more zombies for War Games Factory, it looks like. Maybe some other stuff too. I don't want to get into that quite yet. We've got a Convergence of Cyrus commission coming up, it looks like. A big little skirmish army. So that one will be fun. And some more Tau. Looks like we've got some Kroot coming up. And it looks like we've got some more Space Marines coming in too. So lots of stuff. We're also continuing to work on a variety of different armies. We've got a Chaos Space Marine army in the mix. We have a Thousand Sun army in the mix. We have an Orc army. We have the Necrorc project, which is insane, but we're getting that together, and it looks like we're about to send out the first wave to the painter to have it started to be painted. I'm not painting that one. I'm letting someone else tackle that so I can focus on other things. So yeah, so things are moving along, and if you like our work, please contact us, and until then, put your minis where your mouth is.